That's a terrific question. I'm kind of selfish because you get so much out of it. The way the guests respond with kindness, and you know, they're just the same as you and I. And a lot of times people, when they see homeless, they see a costume, they see clothing, you know, they see somebody who's not kept. But there's all kinds of reasons for that. So the appreciation that the guests give is just terrific. That's what I get out of it.
It gives me an opportunity to give back to the community. There are many people out there who need help, and this is a way to do a lot of good before 9 o'clock in the morning once a month. And I just feel wonderful that I can help nurture some people who would otherwise not have a place to stay and not have a meal to eat in the morning. And it just makes me feel like I can do something constructive and know that it's really doing something good for specific individuals.
A friend of mine kind of got the Grace Church involved in PADS many, many years ago, and I thought I should try it out with some reluctance. But I was really amazed to find that people are just like me in lots of ways. They're just down on their luck. And I've had so many good conversations with people over the years. And it means so much to be able to do something to help people along. My job for the past 5 years has been to organize these shifts and schedules, so I've gotten to know parishioners very well, and it's been very meaningful to do that and to realize my job is simple, very easy for the most part, because people are so enthusiastic about this ministry. It is a ministry. And the volunteers have been wonderful. You say, can you work? Oh yes, of course I can work.
I've been working with PADS for 17 years now, and until this year I was on the serving side, and my husband would make the food, and 2 days later I would be organizing or helping to serve it. And I love that because you really get to know the people, some of the clients that return again and again, and then when you're out in the Oak Park area, you actually know people, and I find that very rewarding. And if you have enough people working on any given night, you can actually sit and talk to them, which I find the most rewarding.
The most rewarding part for me is the guests. It's amazing to me when I hear their stories, what happened to them when they got into homelessness, and their desire to want to get out. There are some that that do come back time and time again, but majority of them are in for a short time, and then they work them. The PAD's goal is to get them to find out what their strengths are, what kind of a job they'd like to have them apply for a job, and then watch over them over that time to make sure that they continue on that journey, get them into partial homelessness or homes, and then move them into regular housing. So with that goal in mind, why you don't see the same people over and over and over again, and isn't that terrific?
PADS has really been important to me and my family. I have 5 children, and I am proud to say they have been an integral part of my PADS experience ever since they could volunteer. I've been doing PADS for a very long time. I'm also proud to say about 19 years. And it initially was a way for me to get out of the house and do some service without my children and to actually speak to other adults. And then subsequently, it was a great way to introduce my children to volunteering spirit and how important volunteering is in giving back to our community. And I have made some incredible associations with people here, other volunteers, and the homeless guests that we serve on a nightly basis. We see them around the community. We see them every day. And I feel blessed and honored to serve them while they are in transition in their life.
There are a lot of volunteer opportunities in Oak Park, and PADS is probably the best one that you can do with your family. Whether you've got your your daughters and my son, my wife. It's something we can all do together. You know, volunteer opportunities that don't involve your kids are a dime a dozen. I mean, there's lots of great things you can do with your, you know, alone, but to be able to have your kids contribute in a meaningful way is unique. You know, whether it's buttering bread or making salad or pushing the cart, you know, the guests of PADS love the kids. The kids can connect and interact with the people there. So as a father of 3, that's an easy one. It's something I can do with my kids.
I volunteer with my mom, Kay, and my sister, Beatrice, and my neighbor, Camille. When I was 4, my mom adopted me, and we went to go help at PADS the 4th Monday of every month. And for my first Christmas, I got all these presents, but then I realized that the kids at the homeless shelter didn't have any presents. Like Santa didn't come and give them presents. So I gave away all my presents to the kids at the homeless shelter because they needed some presents.
The best part about PADS is that it really shows the common humanity of all of us regarding, you know, that I've met some amazing people who, by just force of circumstances and unfortunate events, find themselves in situations where they don't have the resources to maintain a household. The saddest thing in the world is to see the families that come to PADS, Oak Park families, kids that go to our school that spend the night sleeping in the PADS shelter. It is a critical service that the PADS community provides.
It just makes me feel really good. I look into the faces of the people and I see myself. And I realize, particularly in these economic times, so many of us are one paycheck away from being right with these guys in line, standing right there waiting for a breakfast. So it's it's a feeling of community, of brotherhood, if you will. They're really nice people. Some of them are funny. And by the way, these are not people that have not worked. A lot of these people are the working poor. They get up, I show up at 5 o'clock in the morning, and there's usually a call sheet that somebody has to get up and walk, snow, whatever, to a job. And they're walking. And God bless them.
Thank you.